Hey Moon Magic Soul family. Oh, there's pile one. Welcome to today's readings. Today we are asking for a message from the person on your mind. Now, for some of you this will be love. I'm actually seeing this for pile three. For some of you this will be love. For some of you, this will not be love. It will be, it could be anyone. It could be a friend, a business partner, whoever it is. But this is a message from someone who is currently on your mind. Let's look at these three cards that we have drawn together. The first one is alligator. Very interesting energy. So this is for pile one. For pile two, we have, do you know, I knew one of these would be blank. How interesting. We have a blank card. I just knew that. I really heard that coming through loud and clear. How fascinating. And we then have the card of Turkey. So these are our three cards that we have drawn together today. And I'm going to draw a charm and a rune as well. There are, this is a little bit of extra information. Some people like to just choose through the cards. Some people like to use the runes and the charms. Let's do those now. And welcome everyone. Welcome back if you're returning to the channel. Welcome if you are new. Let's find out a message for you from the person on your mind. So, pile one, your rune is, you have the rune of Fehu. This is the rune of possessions, of nourishment. Sometimes ambition is indicated. We have the rune for pile two of defense. Okay, this is Awaz. And then for pile three, okay, we have the rune of Perth. This is the rune of initiation or openings. Okay, we'll draw the charms as well. When we do start these readings, what I'm actually going to do as well, my beautiful souls, is this is the card that is connecting you to that person who is on your mind. I will draw from the same pack and the same runes and the same charms for you, and then we're going to kind of look at how this is navigating, and what message is coming through. We will get the cards talking to each other to really actively find out what this person wishes to say to you. What is their message? Let's get the charms out as well. So pile one, we have we have a cat. This is for pile one. For pile two, okay, we have a frog. Okay, look at this. And for pile three, we have a butterfly. Wow, really getting information from the animal nation. Spirit animal guides coming through here actually really strongly in the charms as well. Okay, beautiful souls. So these are the cards, the runes and the charms. I'm going to leave the video running for a few moments. The timestamps, as always, are below. And if you really like any of the cards I'm using today, they are also in the description as well. And I'll put them all in a comment too. And take your time. If you actually do have more than one person on your mind, you can tune into more than one reading. But if that is the case, I really would suggest focusing on kind of one person at a time and seeing which of the readings really comes through for you. Although, of course, there could be multifaceted elements of someone's personality coming through here as well. Beautiful souls, I will see you in the readings in just a moment. Hey, pile one, welcome to your reading. We're going to get a message from the person who is on your mind. The first thing I'm doing is drawing a card for you. Okay, you have the Jaguar energy. This is very interesting. Okay, I'm going to draw a rune for you as well and a charm. We have Hagalaz, the rune of disruption. This is a bit like Uranus, energy of the Great Awakener. I am already seeing a message coming through here with you. You also have the heart as well. Okay. Right. At the moment, this person has... They're holding back at the moment. They're kind of looking the other way, or they're closed. I think they are a little bit closed. The reason they are closed off, I think, is because they are contemplating something. They are thinking about something before they decide what they want to do or what they want to say. I think you care very deeply about this person, actually. I'm going to say that I think you have a higher vibration. I think you have a more consciousness. Hagalaz is the Great Awakener. You know, I'm seeing a greater consciousness. Jaguar energy is a greater consciousness really here. Jaguar energy also speaks of integrity, needing to hold the higher ground. I think you care, whether this is a partner or a potential partner or a friend. I think you genuinely care about them. This is somebody who's actually quite ambitious. And they've got a very unique personality here. There's something very unique about them. They are actually someone who doesn't show them, they don't really show themselves their entirety to people. I think what you see is not entirely what you get. Okay. Now, we're not going to look into somebody else's life or personality in depth because we don't have their permission to do so. That would not be an ethical thing to do. But we are asking for a message from them for you, this person on your mind. What I can say is, and I think if this is the right reading for you, you'll recognise this. This is somebody where genuinely, I think they're quite thick-skinned. They can roll with the punches. I think they can be a bit sulky, if I'm truly honest. I think they are quite ambitious in their own way, actually. They may not always be upfront about their ambitions, but I think they are quite ambitious. Now, I think you care very much about them. But I also think with Hagalaz, maybe there are things about them that I think something has basically taken place that has shaken you up a little bit. Maybe you've seen that they are a bit ambitious. Maybe you've suddenly seen them in a new light. You've suddenly seen that they can be a bit sulky. You've suddenly seen that they can, maybe they, I won't say that they're greedy as such, but maybe their ambition isn't as higher-minded as you thought it was. I think you care very deeply about this person. I know I keep saying it, but that's really coming through strongly. Let's draw some more cards. In fact, let's begin by drawing some tarot cards to find out what is the message they want to say to you. And we are asking for a message rather than they want to. But we're asking for a message from them, from this person on your mind. Okay, 6 of Pentacles and 3 of Pentacles. Okay, they're working through something actually. This is actually really lovely. They are actually processing something here with the 3 of Pentacles here. 6 of Pentacles, they're processing something. And they're working through something. I think they would really like you on side, actually. They would like you on side here. What about you? How do you feel about them? How are you feeling about them at the moment? How are my pile one feeling about the person on their mind? I think you do also see this as a connection with promise, okay? But you know what I also see is you also do feel that there's a few hurdles to overcome before you're gonna be on kind of solid ground. I think this person wants you on side. Maybe there has been a disagreement or a something between you, or I think maybe you've seen them in a particular light. Jaguar energy is very astute. I do think you see this as having a connection of promise, whether it is love, whether it is friendship, whether it's a colleague, whatever it is. But from your perspective, there's a few hurdles to overcome before you get there. I feel like for you, you're in a zone where you're kind of thinking, okay, there's a lot of promise here. You know, if this is someone you've known for a while, then I think you would like this to be worked out. And they also want this to be worked out too. They would like your commitment. They want you on side. For you to be on side with them, I kind of feel for you, it's one of those scenarios where it's like trust is earned, or if you're going to really fully commit, you kind of need to know with great clarity what you're going to get. You know, I think there are certain things you won't tolerate. Actually, that's what I'm seeing here. And I think you're quite hard and fast about it. Not in a negative way. I just think that you have a slightly higher vibration than them, a higher perspective on something. And I think, so for example, for you, you might be thinking, you know, I'm really not interested in somebody who gets a bit sulky really here. You know, I need more than that coming through here. So you're seeing hurdles that need to be overcome. They kind of almost, they just want you on side. They would like you to, I would almost say, accept them as they are. Okay. Now, I voice that with wanting to, and I'm wanting to say more than that. I think that they are in a zone where they are saying, I want you to kind of accept me as I am, but they also want you to commit to something as well. And this is the situation that you're in, really, I think, with them, that because I think there's a part of you that is not actually prepared to settle for less, or there are certain kind of golden rules. It would be a bit like, you know, let's say integrity is one of your key values in a relationship, and or somebody being completely honest, and you suddenly found that this person maybe did something that wasn't completely honest, and so you're sort of thinking, well, you know, I can see the promise here, but this would have to change because this is like a deal breaker. That's what I'm seeing. There are certain deal breakers for you. And I think this person is kind of saying, actually, I want you on side, but I want I want you to come on board exactly as I am. I don't know how open to change they are, but I do see them genuinely wanting to commit to this connection. So this is quite an interesting dilemma because in many ways there's maybe something that has to either evolve or be negotiated here. But let's see. Let's get more information. May we ask for a message from this person? Let's perhaps just see how this might emerge before we get to a final message. So we have the moon. Let me ask for a few more cards. Lovely. Seeing these. What else do we have here? Oh, I'm going with all of these. They're all coming through for you, so let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So we have the moon. We have the Five of Wands. We have the Queen of Cups. We have the Three of Cups. We have the Three of Swords. We have the Two of Wands. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Look at the way things can be worked through. This is really rather good. This is really rather good. Let me move these along. Okay. So getting a kind of sneaky peek into how this might move forwards, which is what we're really being shown here. We'll get that final message from them in a moment. I do think you are actually kind of at a point where it feels a little bit like it's in the balance. You know, in a way, you both hold quite strong perspectives on this. So it feels a little bit, I feel a bit like it, for some of you, it literally could sort of go either way, or you're feeling like it could go either way. And I think you know what you would like, you can see the promise, but there are deal breakers. This would be like, I mean, I'm coming up with all kinds of examples, like honesty, or I don't know, maybe, I don't know, if somebody has a little bit of a drinking, if they drink too much and you think, well, that would have to change, is it possible? Are they drinking because they're kind of, single and something isn't moving forwards, or are they just saying, well, this is how I am, this is accept it as it is, and you're thinking, well, no, that's not very healthy. I mean, that may not be the best example, but basically there is something here that feels for me as if for you it's a deal breaker, and they're kind of sitting in quite a strong position within themselves of sort of saying, well, kind of, this is it. Now, I don't, as if they're not really budgeable. It doesn't mean that they won't, though, because they do want to work at this too. Now, the Queen of Cups, I think, and the Three of Cups is very interesting, because this is suggesting, I think, that you can actually come through this. I think something can emerge and move forwards from this, actually. I think maybe at the moment, because of your increased awareness of them, your perception of them has perhaps enlarged, opened up, changed, whatever that is. I think that, there is this kind of waiting. Now, I do actually think that this can emerge. I think there is enough love here. I think there is enough care on both sides, actually. I don't think it's one-sided. Just as I think you care about this person very deeply, for some of you, you love them very, very much, I think they also love you or care about you equally. I think this can come back to, I think this can get fixed, because I think the love and the care is strong enough. That's what I'm seeing. I think it can, we have this wonderful card of celebration and the conclusion. This can be put behind you here, and I think you can kind of start afresh. I think healing is possible. I think you can work through this. I think this is genuinely possible. At the moment, it feels a little bit as if it's a bit of a waiting game kind of thing. Let's get more information about a message from them, a really clear message from them. Your situation is clear. The way this can pan out does actually look really positive. I think you're right about the promise of this. I think you're right about the potential. And I think they really, really, really do want you on board. So the care, the love, the connection is genuine for both of you. However, hurdles to be overcome, perhaps some fears to be faced. But yeah, let's draw more cards. Let's get some oracle cards and see what else we are shown. So maybe we kind of ask about a message from this person. Really, what does this person wish to say? The stone circle. Sacred space, ancient wisdom, grounding. Okay, this person is actually saying, maybe just right now they need a little bit of space to process this. They need to kind of like mull it over. I think they are contemplating. I think they see your position as valid, actually. I mean, they care about you. I think they're trying to see it from a different perspective. They may not quite get your perspective, but I think they're trying to see it. Look at this, the cosmic dance, harmony, universal connections. They absolutely want this to come through. How interesting. I've noticed that some of the cards in this pack are, literally, I've got a card showing up on the top here, which I'm going to use. Whereas, so some of these have almost gone back into the pack the wrong way up. I'm going to tuck the rest back in, but that's interesting because that very, very rarely happens. But how interesting that the card that showed itself was the Thunderbolt. Sudden change, power, energy. Okay. This feels like Uranus energy. I think I think that the status quo between you actually changed quite rapidly. I think something shifted very, very quickly, almost like a bolt out of the blue. I think you've moved from being in a good, really, really harmonious place to a place where out of the blue you've seen either another side of this person or an element of them that's made you question how you feel. But they still want to proceed. They still want this to move along. I do think you can put this behind you. So their message really is that they're sort of saying, look, actually, I think their message is really clear. They would like you to be on board with them. I mean, in many ways, I think they'd like things to continue to proceed. The question is almost like what I would call your makers and breakers, really. I think that they play a part in this, really, about what you're prepared to accept, and navigate. But I think there is promise here. May we please ask for more guidance, more information around this message? I think they're quite straightforward with where they are. They want this to continue. Yeah, we have the Mystic's Table. Tools, preparation, readiness. Yeah, if this is a working alliance, the Hourglass, time cycles change. If this is a working alliance for you, or even as a personal relationship, I think there is a recognition that there is sort of purpose to the connection. Yeah, there's a feeling of a really strong sense of purpose. There's learning to be had here. I think this is actually fundamentally, even in your differences, I do think this is something that I do think there is benefit that can come from this, actually. There's something about the divine timing of this connection altogether here, actually. Let me see further information and guidance. Guardian angel, protection, guidance, support. Oh, look at this, the Phoenix rising, renewal, resilience, rebirth. I actually genuinely think the message from this person is, I think in a way, they are as surprised as you are about what happened that caused you to see them differently. I don't think they were expecting your reaction, and I don't think you were expecting to see that side of them. And so it has been quite sudden, but they are genuinely committed to continuing and to kind of working this through. That is their primary message from you. The message from this person to you is really saying, actually, I want us to kind of come through this. I think we have promise, and I think you also know that there is promise here. In many ways, I won't say exactly that the ball is in your court, but I do think, let's draw some more cards around this, but I do think there is an element of that around you here, actually, as to kind of how you want to kind of proceed with this, actually. What do you feel? Maybe it pressed a few buttons. Yeah, 8 of Arrows, struggle. I think that you do see this as a potential struggle, and I think maybe you've had struggles before, and I almost feel like you don't want to get stuck in something that might repeat it, or you don't want something to happen again. I think that's it's kind of, you don't want this. I think you're looking for an assurance that this won't happen again. Yeah, that we have the Seer. Okay, this is the High Priestess in a traditional pack. I think if you could look into the future and know that whatever happened wouldn't happen again, I think it would. You would feel comfortable to move on. I think you're concerned about further difficulties. That's really what we're seeing here. The Hooded Man. This is the Hermit. This is suggesting that this will actually be guided, and that you will be able to come through this. There's a very strong energy here that would suggest that the connection, the care between you, the love between you is actually strong enough to come through and out the other side. May I ask about, my pile one's concerns about something repeating? Yeah, there is. Do you know, some of this does go back, I think, to your own insecurities about, perhaps previous, we have Seven of Arrows, previous relationships where things have gone wrong and where maybe you have regretted continuing. And I think there's a fear here for you of that happening again. Can we have any assurances that this won't happen again? Have lessons been learned? Yeah, we have the card of abundance, Six of Bows. I don't think that whatever happened will happen again. I do actually think there's been a learning curve here. I think it's felt sufficiently raw for you to really question whether this is something you wish to continue with, but actually, or at least to feel like something's got to change. I actually think that it probably was a reasonably one-off type of scenario where I think what we see is that this connection can actually become quite solid and even work really as quite a strong partnership. I think there's quite a lot of dynamic energy between you, actually. So yeah, this person absolutely wants this to continue. Their message is very clear. They want you on board. I think in a way, there's been an element of surprise from, perhaps they thought that you already, maybe you just have some different values. But I think some things can shift from this. This is actually looking like there will be a positive outcome really from this. And of course, you always have choice. Pile 1, this is your reading. This has been fascinating, absolutely fascinating. I hope this is of value to you, my beautiful souls. And I look forward to seeing you for some other readings really, really soon. Thank you so much for liking, sharing. Don't forget to subscribe, press the little bell icon so you never miss a reading. And, just tons of love to you all. Thank you so much for being a part of the Moon Magic Soul family. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. The first thing we are going to do is draw a card for you. You have the card of Eagle. And the person on your heart and mind, the person you're thinking about, we are asking for a message from them. You have the card of the Eagle, which is the higher vision. Very much a higher vision. You have the rune of Fehu. This is nourishment, possessions, ambition. Goodness me. Okay, let's draw a charm as well for you. And then we will ask about this message. Oh, you have a key. This is very interesting. This is like a master key as well. So you have, you have a lot going for you. That's what I want to say. Beautiful souls, wherever you are at this moment in your life, you are on a pathway of success. Even if that's not apparent to you right now, you are on a pathway of success. The person on your heart and mind, or your person that you are thinking of, I feel like they are in a very different place. Okay, that saying. Okay, this could be a friend, it could be a colleague, it could be a lover, an existing partner, a spouse, whoever this is. Punching above their weight is coming through. Now, that may not change the way you feel about them, but I just feel that you are moving into a period of significant success. Doors are opening for you. You are moving towards a place where your ambitions can be fulfilled. The things you want can come to you. This person, I think, feels quite defensive around you, even if they don't show it. I feel that I think they are aware of the differences. Now, for you, this may not be an issue at all. I'm seeing you as a very high-minded individual. For you, this may be totally irrelevant, but I think it's not irrelevant to them. I think they feel quite defensive and a little bit overwhelmed or daunted by your success, your power, actually, really, in many ways. Let's draw cards and see what is shown. Now we're asking for a message from them. What is it that they want to say to you? I saw that card and that card. Oh, there's two just coming out here. First of all, I'm going to draw these as well because I'm seeing them right now, and these. And that one too. And that one as well. We'll come to these in a moment. Okay, we've got the Three of Swords and we have the Tower. This is really interesting. I think they are afraid that you may break up with them, or that they, I literally think they are fearful of things breaking up. I think this is somebody who's actually quite insecure, if I'm honest. I think that they don't quite know themselves that well, really, whereas I think you are a strong individual. I think you do know yourself. You've done a lot of inner work. You just are at a stage where your life is taking off, okay? Now, that doesn't mean that you don't think the world of them, whatever this is. Okay, so we have the Seven of Wands and the Eight of Wands. Okay, so we've got some sort of competitive energy going on here. Okay, what is this about? Let's put your tarot cards out. Ten of Swords, Ten of Cups, Six of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, the Chariot, and the Four of Cups we have showing up here. Just to give us an idea of the lay of the land here around you, the energy around you at this moment in time. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Ten of Swords, Ten of Cups. This could be somebody who you have known in the past that you broke. It could be that you had a separation from them, and you could be considering coming back together. Actually, I'm seeing both an ending and a commitment. So this, I think for some of you, this is someone where you have previously broken up and they may be coming back in, or they may be trying to get back together with you. The challenge here in many ways, I mean, we've got Eight of Swords here, and I'm seeing you actually overcoming something here. Yeah, if there was any, what's the word? I don't know. If there were any other parties involved, or however we look at it, I am seeing you. Let's just sit with your energy. I am seeing you. I think you are okay with yourself. However we look at it, and whatever has taken place in the past, I think you have been able to put it behind you. I don't know if they are fully healed. If this is a new person in your life, again, friendship, colleague, lover, partner, if this is a new relationship, you are very much in a place where you're okay. You know what you want. I think you've worked very, very hard to be where you are. You're in a good place. You're ready to move on. You've put the past behind you. I don't think they have. I think they are still processing and cleansing some kind of an ending. So as I said, this could have been that you've ended and they could be coming back in, or I think maybe this is somebody who's had an ending, and I don't think they are through that ending. They haven't processed quite processed the healing or the cleansing as yet. Okay, that's what's going on with them. And I think maybe that's also what they're trying to say to you as well. Their message is, look, I feel like I say punching above my weight. For some of you, it's just like, wow, you're so sorted. You've got everything sorted. You've got everything in place. And my world's just fallen apart, and I'm still picking up the pieces. You're kind of sussed, you're okay. Why would you ever want to kind of be with me? Or even, I'm just not quite ready to do this because you're okay, you're cool, but I'm still healing. I'm still picking up the pieces. I'm still working out what to do with myself. I'm still working out who I am in all of this. So I feel you're in a very different place. And I think that's part of what their message is to you. I don't think it means that they don't want to move this forwards. The evidence here in the cards, the energy of the cards is suggesting they do want to move it forwards. But they're not quite there yet. Maybe I think they still carry a bit of fear as well around what people might think. There's a really interesting energy with this Four of Cups about what people think about you. How would they see this person? This would be like somebody who, I don't know, you're doing really, really well. You're at the top of your game. You know, you've got yourself the beautiful house, the beautiful car. Along comes this person. You really, really like them. And they're like, yeah, but I'm still picking up the pieces. I broke up with my ex, and, I haven't got I don't own my own home. I don't own my own car. I haven't worked out what I'm going. I've just been made redundant. It's like, I feel like your circumstances are worlds apart, and their mindset is very much in this place of, well, look, you're totally sorted. Why would you be looking at me? Why wouldn't you just want to say no to me? You're amazing. I'm like a heap on the ground here. I don't think you see it as a problem, but I think they see it as a problem. And that is the energy that's coming through here. Every door is opening for you, and they are in a zone of, well, why would you? I think they're quite insecure. They're defensive. Why would you be interested in someone like me when I feel like my whole world is crashing down around me, and I don't even know who I am in this. It's like, this is the message from them, really clear. Now let's look at how this might proceed. With the Knight of Swords here and the Chariot, yeah, I think in a way, even though they're in that zone, there is a genuine desire to move this forwards. That I'm really seeing here. There's a desire to move this forwards, but there is also a kind of a, gosh, what would people think? Would people, for example, think that you're just jumping on the bandwagon? This person would think, well, people just think that I'm only interested in you because of your success. What will people think about this? There's definitely a concern around this. Let's draw some more cards. What else is going on here? May we ask for more information about what messages are coming through from this person? The Hidden Garden, Inner Beauty, Hidden Talents. Wow. You see, I think you actually do recognize something in them as being, I'm going to just say, really fertile ground, actually. I think there is something in you that I think you see the potential of this person. I think you see them from a heart-centered energy, a heart-centered place. Whatever's happened to them, I don't think that's an issue for you, quite frankly. If anything, I think you have a greater respect and regard for them because of their authenticity. But that's not how they're feeling, and that's what we're seeing here. Sudden change, power, energy, the thunderbolt, the wise owl, wisdom, knowledge, perspective. Okay, I think you recognise that really what's needing here is a change of perspective. In a way, this person, perhaps they just need to get to know you and to genuinely know that this isn't an issue for you, and to feel strong enough in themselves to feel that this can be okay. Also to overcome what they feel other people will think. I'm actually going to put this card between you because I think that there is chemistry between you. Now, whether this is a colleague or a business partner or a friend, and you've been let down in friendship before, or this is a love interest, there's chemistry between you. There really is. And I think if they actually took a little bit of time, if they can move beyond their current perspectives and insecurities, they will see you for who you are. And I think this is, for you, the integrity is about the openness of their situation. I don't think they've hidden it. You know, in a way, I think in a way you see them as a blank canvas. I think you recognize the potential of somebody who stands in their truth, even if it's difficult, which is a pretty cool thing, really. Can they overcome this is the issue. Will you need to wait? Their message to you is really clear. You know, so let's ask, is there anything else that needs to be said or any guidance given here? I'm seeing this here. Look at this guidance. Small lights, hope. The fireflies glow. Okay. I want to say hold hope. Just hold hope. Hold the light, hold hope. Oh, look at the majestic mountain. Oh, overcoming challenges, resilience. Yeah, this one is coming through for you too. And we have whispering winds, messages from the unseen, and communication. Yeah, okay. I think that this will potentially, if you wish it to, move forwards in the direction that I think you want it to. You don't have to give up who you are or your success. I think this person will, with time, with space, with small steps, I think this person will actually move through their insecurities. I think this is about communicating, talking to each other, discovering each other, taking small steps, hanging out together. I think if this person really gets to know you and really recognizes that for you, I'm just going to say this kind of shit just does not matter. I think if they are able to really know you, and that involves time, step by step, little increments, hanging out with you, realizing who you really are, because you are an amazing person. You know, you've worked to be where you are. You are an amazing person. In many ways, you're inspirational for them. You are an inspiration because you are living proof that somebody, even through hardship and difficulty, you can pick yourself up and overcome challenges. In many ways, you represent the ability for recovery, for healing. I think with time, this person can emerge from their current circumstances and through getting to know you, overcome their fears and their insecurities that they simply wouldn't be good enough, or that you would end up ditching them, or that, that I think that's where we're at with this. Given time, patience, energy. Let's just ask for further guidance, just to see how this connection may flow. We have cards here, and I'm just going to go with them. Okay, we have the shaman. This is gorgeous. This is actually the magician in a traditional pack. So this is like, again, we've got chemistry here. We've got chemistry. You can't. I think the chemistry is undeniable. Okay, there is chemistry here. I do think for many of you this is a love connection. If it's a business partnership, it's one where you just feel like, God, I really want to work with that person. Why aren't they picking up this idea and running with it? If it is love truly, the chemistry between you is dynamite. Nine of Stones, tradition. Okay. Six of Arrows, transition, and the pole star, the star card. Yes. Right. I think this has real potential, pile two. Real potential. I think that there is chemistry between you. I think you can transition together. This is actually someone who ultimately, I think, has got very strong traditional values. And interestingly enough, as a very successful person, I suspect you are really looking for someone who might have really traditional values and be a real anchor point for you. And they probably don't see that as, they might be looking through the lens of success and thinking, well, he or she would never be interested in me, because I'm just here and they're there. But actually, you're kind of like, yeah, but what I need is somebody solid and anchored and grounded. And, this shit doesn't matter. I do what I do because I love it and I'm making a difference in the world, whatever you're doing. But actually, what I need in my personal life, or in what I need to help me with all of this, is somebody really solid, consistent, steady, reliable. And that's what I think that foundation helps you to achieve this, to keep stepping through those doors, to be the best you can be, to fulfill your pathway. I think as they get to know you and come to know this, you will transition through, and literally, I just think, well, with the star card, what more can we say? The star card is a bright new future. It's a wonderful pathway to follow. You'll be on track together. This is absolutely beautiful, pile 2. Absolutely beautiful. I wish you all the best with this. I really, really do. You know, it may take a little bit of time for this transition to occur. But my goodness me, with patience, consistency, and just keep going, do what you're doing and do more of it. Hang out together. The more this person comes to really know your true values, the more that they will trust and believe in the possibility of you as, I will say, as a couple. And that couple could be in friendship, it could be in partnership for work, or it could indeed be that love connection, the love of your life. But this is what I am seeing in your reading. I love your reading. It's a really this feels like the potential for a seriously happy outcome, you know, like a happy ending, which is just lovely. Okay, so pile 2, this is your reading. Don't forget to subscribe and press the little bell icon if you want to make sure you never, never, never miss a reading. I am sending you all the love in the world. Let us know how things go in the comments. This is so beautiful. This is so, so beautiful. It's got a lovely, 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 lovely energy, you know, around you. Tons of love, big hugs. Thank you so, so much for being here. Thank you for liking, sharing, obviously for subscribing. These things make such a difference to the channel. Thank you as well for commenting, and for those of you who give back through the super thanks in the comments. Anyway, wonderful, wonderful reading. Tons of love, pile 2. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. Let's draw a card for you alongside the one. Oh, this is really interesting. This card came out in pile 2. Now, if you were drawn to pile 2, there may be some kind of a message or a connection for you. Okay. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'll say no more. Let's draw a charm and a rune. See what else we're shown for you. We have the spider. Okay. And we have the rune of fertility. Okay. Right. Okay. This is interesting. Perth is about transition. It's a rite of passage. Turkey is all about provision, providing. Butterflies are about transition too. This person is in transition. Maybe they've been a good provider in some way, shape or form. I'm going to need some more cards. What I see with you is you have an amazing ability to really see the bigger picture. I feel that you are very creative, very, very creative. You have a rune of fertility here, so you are very much in a space, I think, at the moment. You're probably manifesting quite well. You're probably creating, doing pretty well in your world, I would say. Let's get more cards and see what we are shown. Let's get some information about what message pile 3's person, my apologies, is wanting to say. Okay. Okay, we have, interesting. Did you hear then? I don't know if you could hear that in the background. A message or something came through on my computer. It may or may not have picked it up, but I heard it. I'm wondering if there is literally you're about to hear something from this person. Yeah, 8 of Wands, 6 of Swords. If for any of you this person is long distance, or you have been debating whether or not to move in together, that's assuming that this could be for some of you a love connection. Yeah, if this is long distance or this is someone you haven't seen for a while, if it's friendship, maybe you've not actually connected for a while, you've lost touch. But I think there's a connection that's about to happen. We've got the transition, we've got the butterfly emerging. We have the Ace of Swords. We then also have the Page of Cups and the Four of Wands. Okay. Okay, what do we have here? Interesting, maybe they are travelling to you. I think this could be someone, if you've had a bit of space from one another, I think they could be about to come back into your world. Or it could even be, you could even be asking about someone you haven't, do you know, they just popped up into your mind. You saw this reading and you thought, oh, I haven't thought of so-and-so. Wow, they've popped into my mind. And here we have a message from the person on your mind. And literally, they've come back into your sort of sight for a reason. I think for many of you, this is a coming back together or a meeting or a decision to embark on a journey together, to set forth in something together here. It could be a business connection. If it is, I actually think whatever this connection is, business, love, friendship, it looks like it's really, really promising. I do feel there's been some distance or a break from one another or just lost connection or been too busy, but something, I feel there's been a distance. And I think this is soon, you are soon to hear from them. So even despite this message, where we're asking for a message from the person on your mind, I think you are soon to hear from them. I think they are going to actually come forward and want to initiate something maybe with you. Let us ask for more information. Let's get the lay of the land around you. I'm seeing these. I'm seeing this. I'm seeing that one. And two there. And those two. And that one. Okay, let's check out your cards. We have the Magician. Okay, oh, and we have the Lovers. So we have chemistry here. We have chemistry. Okay. But things maybe have been at a bit of a crossroads. King of Swords, I think a decision is to be made about moving something forwards here. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. We have the Hanged Man. We have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the King of Wands. And we also have the Four of Cups. Okay, where can I place that? I'm going to move it to one side and move these along a little bit. Okay. I think something is about to move forward. So if you have been waiting to hear from someone, or you feel like it just hasn't been going anywhere, or indeed you've lost touch and you've suddenly thought of someone, or it's long distance and you've honestly begun to think, well, I'm not really sure if this is going anywhere, I think it's about to. I think this is about to move forwards. What I see here is the desire here to kind of get to the root of anything that might be in the way here with the Four of Cups. I feel this is a card where we can begin to, sometimes we get prodded or poked into doing something, taking an action. I think you're in a zone where something is about to actually move forwards. I think this person, if there is a message from them, perhaps it is to say that they are now ready, despite hesitancy, despite perhaps insecurity or having a lot to look at. You know, perhaps they have had to deal with a lot. They've had to look after themselves, I think. Maybe you are somebody who's had to seriously look after yourself. So maybe you haven't really opened yourself to receive. Perhaps you've been so very busy building your own world, you know, making sure that you're standing on solid ground, that, you know, but I think you're ready for the new adventure. Actually, I really feel you're ready for the adventure. That's what I see here. You're ready. I think that they are very, very soon going to be ready too. You may have been waiting, had distance. I think that they are ready to make a choice. Yeah, definitely with Two of Wands as well. I think they're ready to make a choice. If this, I do feel there's been something that has either been slow or, as I said, it could just be distance between you, but they've taken their time. The message from this person is, look, I think I'm ready now to move forwards. I am now ready to actually take something forward and to see whether we can actually, in real terms, to actually invest in this. This is their message. I think they're ready. You've waited. You may have just cracked on with your own life. I don't feel like you're in an angsty or difficult position with the wait, which is really interesting. I feel like you've been pretty chilled about it, almost kind of like, well, do you know what? Almost like philosophical. Do you know what? I'd love the new adventure, but do you know what? I'm okay with my own life. I'd like this, I want this, but if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, but you've kind of got to do something about it. I feel there's this sort of energy around, and actually you're in this, and I think it's a really good place to be. And I think they are sort of saying, well, do you know what? I think I am now actually, I think I'm now ready to come along and make a greater commitment. You may actually get a communication from them. That something popped up on my other computer. I heard that noise. So I don't know what it is yet. I haven't looked, but something's popped up. There is a communication. Something's arrived. So yeah, their message is really to say, I'm going to come forward. I think it's time to have that conversation. I think it's time to really to talk about how we might actually do this. Yeah, this is exciting. This is really exciting. There is chemistry and there is passion. Now, whether this is for a business commitment and somebody's been umming and ahhing, but they haven't been quite ready, they've had other stuff to do. If it could be a friendship and they've just been, busy and, again, unavailable, or they've had other stuff they've had to attend to, and you've been thinking, God, it would be really nice, and if we're going to be mates, we do actually need to hang out together. Whatever this is, whatever element of relationship this is for you, I think that's the message here that's clear. Let's draw some more cards to see what else we are shown. I think their message is very clear, though. They are ready now. They are finally ready to kind of really, in real terms, think about how this can be moved forwards. The wise owl, wisdom, knowledge, perspective. I think they've shifted their perspective in some way. They've sorted something out, come to terms with something. I mean, they're ready. Sometimes people just have to be ready to they've got to go through a process before they're ready to move along. And I think they are now, genuinely. The spirit animal, instinct, nature, personal power. Yeah. Ooh. Knowledge, ancient wisdom. We have the sacred scroll. Yeah, they are ready. They are actually ready. If there could be a contract to be signed, that may not be the case. If this is a love connection, but it could be a marriage. They could be ready to commit. You might want to move in together. Sign that, sign your marriage vows. But this person is definitely ready. That's their message that's coming through. If it's a business deal, then this is time for this to kind of get wrapped up and properly sewn up with the details there. The stargazer, dreams, aspirations, and looking ahead, looking beyond. Yeah, absolutely. This person is now ready to envisage and think about and talk about and build a future. That is the deal here. That is absolutely the deal. Wow, the summer solstice, celebration, abundance, vitality. Wow. I mean, look at the future. This always reminds me as a card, the imagery of this card reminds me of the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. Both of them have that sense of family, community, happiness, love, joy, laughter. Yeah, they're ready to commit. This is super nice. That's your message from them. They're ready to commit. That they want to move this forwards. Let's take a sneaky peek as to how this might emerge from this point in time. We have Nine of Stones tradition. This did come out actually in pile 2. Yeah, this is tradition. This is definitely some and I'm going to say somebody who wants to move forwards in a solid and real way. We have Five of Bows, empowerment. Yeah, I see them coming forwards. Four of Arrows, rest. Interesting, we have the butterfly. I think they may actually as well be ready to tell you why they have been so hesitant. Maybe it's time to actually talk about why it's taken a while for them to get here. We have 11, the Woodward. This is the card of justice in a traditional pack. Yeah, everything is suggesting that they are absolutely ready to make a commitment. And I think that if there has been anything holding them back, you're about to find out why. I think they will very openly and honestly talk about the things that have been in the way that have caused them to take their time, or for there to be distance behind you if you've been thinking, why hasn't it moved forwards? But this feels so positive. This feels as though this is their message. They are now ready. Wow. Pile 3. I don't think there's anything else to say in your reading. This is like mind-blowing. Yeah, this is... and if there is a connection to pile 2, this may be relevant. You may want to check out pile 2 as well. Pile 3, thank you for being here. This is lovely. Assuming you want this commitment, but that's what I'm seeing here, fertility. I'm seeing you wanting this period of waiting to end. You're wanting to weave the web. You're wanting to do this. And so I am seeing this happening for you. Wow, what a fertile space. I think you've probably been wondering why on earth this hasn't emerged, but I think it is about to, and you're about to understand potentially why as well. Tons of love, pile 3. Thank you for being here, Moon Magic Soul family. Don't forget to subscribe, press the little bell icon if you want to make sure you never miss a reading. And thank you so much for commenting, for giving back through the super thanks in the comments, for liking, sharing. All of these things really, really, really do help the channel. Tons and tons and tons of love. Beautiful souls.